We're not here to talk. It's not a basketball show. This is a football show. So let's get to the show. All right. So up first, we got the Minnesota Vikings, the defending NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles on Thursday Night Football. We got a spread of 7.5 to the Eagles as the favorite, over under of 48.5. Jeff, I'm gonna let you kick this one off. What are your thoughts on this game and who you taking to win?
I remember we were talking backstage about this game, and last year it was either a Thursday or a Monday night game. It might have been a Monday night game early in the year. Minnesota came in undefeated, like 2-0, 3-0, same with Philly, something like that. And Philly was like 2.5, 3.5 point favorites. And I grabbed the points there, and Darius Slay just shut out Jefferson, and Philly just absolutely rolled. This year, the Vegas was opened it at 7 to see which way the public would take it. It's gone to 7.5. I bought the hook, took Minnesota to 8. Now, with that being said, I always talk about this with Minnesota. I thought there'd be some regression this year in this regard. 2 years ago, they led the NFL in losses in one-possession games. Last year, they led the NFL in wins in one-possession games. Baker Mayfield took care of business last week in Minnesota. Now they got to jump on, jump on over to Philly, who took a 16-0 lead in Foxborough on Sunday, took their foot off the gas. And listen, they got outplayed for 3 periods from Mac and the Patriots. Defense played great. I really think they were going through the motions. I expect Philly to win on Thursday. I really do, especially on a short week. But I'm grabbing the Vikings +8. Hopefully they keep it competitive. Hopefully Jefferson remembers what happened last time they played this team. Cousins obviously going to have to win the turnover battle. They're going to have to play some ground control. Don't go in there expecting first 1 to 31 wins here. The under/over currently right now it's circa 48. Vegas has this one at basically 28-20. I'm hoping the Vikings can get to 21 or 23 here. So I'm taking the points pop. I expect an Eagles win, but a Philadelphia Vikings cover.
Well, I'm kind of on the same page as you, and I just really am doing it because I feel like it's going to be a big amount of money that they're going to throw in on Philadelphia. Philadelphia has the glow of a super team. Let's just keep it real. They got the best sides of the ball on both sides when it comes to the trenches. And there's a lot of confidence you can have with the Eagles going into this game. But I feel like when you're coming off of 3 days of rest, and you played in a really, really physical game with the Patriots. The Patriots didn't go out there and play patty cake with them, okay? But we know Minnesota's coming out of a probably even more physical game with Tampa Bay. So these are 2 tired teams, in my opinion. They shouldn't be tired this early in the year, but 3 days after playing those really tough games that came down to the final plays and situations and things like that, it's going to be a little bit to turn it on very early. So I think the better should really angle themselves at the under. But I also think that when you get down to the nitty gritty of everything, in reality, this will be the game that I feel like a lot of people are going to feel like this is their slam dunk, and it's going to wind up not being their slam dunk. It's going to wind up being just like last night's game where it gets a little too spicy for the pepper. So I'm going to have to go ahead and do the same thing as you. I didn't buy the hook because I'm good with the 7.5, but I took it at 7.5 right here. So that's where I'm going with my end of this right here. So I like it. I like it a lot. I think that this one is you kind of playing with the system a little bit, but I just truly do feel Kirk Cousins should have a much improved game, even though he had a really good game Sunday, stat wise, yard wise and everything like that. I know because he's on the bench of my fantasy team. So, but I couldn't believe a guy threw for 335 and he still only had 13 points. So I was like, this is awful. But yeah, They should be in this game. I'm with you, Jeff. I'm not going to go ahead and jump the gun and say, okay, this is going to be the dog bet of the week, but it's going to be a game that's going to be covered. And I feel like Philadelphia wins by four or less. You know what I mean? It's either between 1 or 4 points that Philly wins by. It's going to be a really close game. It's going to be good theater for everybody. And it's going to be on Amazon Prime Thursday night. So let's go ahead and move forward to our next game, which is going to be this one right here.